Thanks, everyone, and I appreciate you coming today and also hanging around. I know it's been a grueling conference, so I appreciate you hanging around at the end of the conference to hear the story. We are a relatively new company. We've been around for about 2 years. We were the result of a spin-out from our sister company called High Gold Mining, which is largely focused on a project in Alaska that has been subsequently acquired by an Alaska gold producer. So, grab this. I'll be making some forward-looking statements. So yeah, Onyx stands for Ontario Yukon Exploration. We have a portfolio of assets stretching across those 2 jurisdictions. In Yukon, we have 227 square kilometers, 4 properties, specifically in the Selwyn Basin in the eastern part, right by Snowline Gold, which was made one of the most significant gold discoveries in recent years in Canada. And then we also are largely focused on our Timmins portfolio. We have 3 properties totaling 442 square kilometers. We've been taking a multi-year consolidation strategy to consolidate highly prospective but underexplored properties in the hopes of finding Timmins' next gold discovery. So just a quick corporate snapshot. We have about just under 70 million shares outstanding. We're about an 85 million market cap company. We've gone through a significant re-rate. We're on the back of announcing a discovery hole in our Argus North discovery in Monroe Croesus property, which I'll take you through. And I think we're actively drilling right now, and I'll take you through it as well. But I think it's still a fabulous time to be looking at our story, because I think given there's such a dearth of new exploration discoveries in these world-class mining camps, that I think these type of discoveries will garner a significant premium in the market, and I think we're just at the beginning of that. So here's our property maps. This is a camp-wide map, about 120 kilometers east to west on that map. The 3 gold properties are ours. It's, like I said, 442 square kilometers in total. Our flagship property within Timmins is our Monroe Croesus property. It's 75 kilometers to the east of Timmins, about 12 kilometers east of the town of Matheson. So we've been, in the last 5 years, undertaking significant consolidation. We've grown the property from less than 4 square kilometers to over 108 square kilometers in the last 5 years, so significant growth. A lot of those claims that we've been acquiring have been frozen in time for almost 100 years, in some cases, with these families controlling patent claims. So we've been unlocking that history, unwinding that history, I should say, and then this first step is to consolidate prospective geology and structures that are known to host multi-million ounce deposits. Second is apply the modern technology, all the different processes of exploration. As you can see, the different layers of data that we gather. And then step 3 is to validate those targets with the drill bit. And sure enough, we made 3 new gold greenfield discoveries on this brownfield property: Argus North, and the GM vein, which is a high-grade vein 350 meters away from the historic Croesus mine, which we control, and to produce some of the most spectacular gold grades in Ontario. So this is the Argus zone itself. It's an outcropping near-surface bulk tonnage gold discovery that the main zone itself was discovered in late 2022. In the subsequent drill campaigns, we've significantly grown that main Argus zone to 750 meters by 200 meters. So this is a significant bulk tonnage opportunity. It's hosted by the Pipestone Fault, which is a big regional structure that is known to host multi-million ounce deposits, including Fed and Gib, over 4 million ounces, only 6 kilometers away. So while we were defining the main zone, one of our drills continued to drill further north of the main zone, and that's where we tagged into this brand new discovery that it was never in an area that previously undrilled before. So this is really exciting. It's 100 meters to the north of the main Argus zone, which you can see right here. And so this new zone, close to 70 meters at 3.4, is a terrific, brand new discovery. Obviously, like I said, it's led to quite a bit of a substantial re-rate with us. But there's a couple attributes that we really like about it. Is obviously the grade and widths demonstrate that this is quite a big, potential scale system. But the continuity and mineralization throughout the intervals are quite strong. So this is not a couple of veins hosting all the gold. This is a very consistent gold replacement style deposit that that is yielding some fabulous, consistent gold grades throughout the interval. So it's got one hole in it. It's completely unconstrained in all directions. So we're really looking forward to following up on that, which we currently have drills turning there right now as part of a 10,000 meter phase 1 or spring drill program. So the step 1 is we're going to drill up dip as well as extend the holes that were just below the discovery hole. And then, like I said, chase it towards surface. That's basically about a 300-meter vertical box that we're looking to define. And then the next step is we'll start to drill fences on either side of that discovery fence and to start to really understand the orientation of this discovery. And I think we can go on to something pretty exciting here, given the tenure of that mineralization we discovered. It's a completely greenfield discovery in the sense that it's never been drilled. But it was partly sitting under a patent claim that we just did a deal to that the family's had for 103 years and no work ever done on it. So that just goes to show that there's fabulous geology in this camp here. It's a world-class mining camp, but because of that long history, that legacy of mining, there's a lot of land that's been held back, frankly, by these patent claims, and we're unlocking that value right now. And then kind of zooming out bigger picture, as I mentioned, the Argus zone is hosted by the Pipestone or proximal to it, and we've consolidated over 8 kilometers of strike length of the Pipestone between. So there's a fabulous hunting ground of this major structure that is basically underexplored or not explored at all. So we have a big gap between Argus and zone, and 6 kilometers in total between us and a 4.4 million ounce open pit resource that's hosted by the Pipestone as well. So and there's just a dearth of discovery on our property because, like I said, that fragmented ownership has led to that underexplored situation. So we're really excited about that. Now we've raised, we just completing a $13 million raise. In addition, we've had over $2 million been exercised through our warrants, and so now we're warrant free. So we have over $15 million in the till, so we're well funded to hit this area hard. And we're really looking forward to it because these land positions were, like I said, very little explored to not explored at all. But it's also been very capital constrained. We were a smaller company, and then before our sister company was focused in Alaska, so we never had these big budgets before. So I think with that type of budget, and I think we're going to be very busy here. I think we continue to find some really exciting stuff. This is a map of some of the other highlights outside of Argus and the GM vein, which I didn't touch on, but there's a strong pipeline, over 35 plus targets that haven't been explored in decades, and that have got some fabulous grades, up to 2,500 grams sitting in a vein, and was last explored in the early 90s. So we really like that, but obviously, we like the camp itself because obviously it's a mature camp. There's existing mills here, and there's a tremendous amount of excess milling capacity. So as others have mentioned, the lead times from discovery to production are 10 to 20 years. So if you're a producer who doesn't have to permit and build a new tailings facility and a milling complex, like if you are an explorer in close proximity to those mills, it's one of those natural M&A situations that we really like because for explorers, you want to have an exit strategy, right? And for us, is let's define Timmins' next major gold deposit and let a producer acquire us and get these ounces through these mills that are desperately in need for it. And what's great about Timmins itself is this camp has 6 mills and multiple players here. So the deal competition here, the competitiveness for incremental ore, especially with our land positions and targets, that builds that premium, right? So we've seen some of the best premium takeouts for explorers and developers of the Ciscos, the Great Bears. They occur in Canada within the mature mining camps, right? That people can see that they're willing to pay top dollar for because that they're in these world-class camps. And then just quickly to touch on Yukon, we have a large material land position in this emerging metals district that I think it's one of the most promising areas outside of these major gold camps in Canada. This is like Timmins 100 years ago, where prospectors are coming up here by canoes and very little infrastructure, and so we've been here since the beginnings when we originally staked these claims in 2010. Our neighbor to the north, like I said, has made a major gold discovery. They've gone from discovery in 2021 to 9 million ounces in 4 years, and it continues to grow. And they have well over $1 billion valuation in 2021. They were 20 million market cap. So these are the type of outsized returns that our stories like GFG and others that garner in the market on the back of successfully delineating Canada's next major gold deposit. So our King Tut property is our main one, and this is some photos of our raw intrusion where there's really nice high-density sheeted veins exposed on surface. That really stacks up well to Snowline Golds in the top two on the top left corner there are their Sydney target, and then the Valley intrusion, which is that 9 million ounce discovery. So that's only 45 kilometers away, so geologically speaking, it's very close. And we're looking forward to getting back there as well and do some programs this summer as well. Likely not drill, but we'll do a meaningful exploration program that will continue to refine these sheeted veins and suss out the highest grade corridors that we want to drill in the coming season. So yeah, just to recap on our plans this year, we're doing a phase 1 10,000 meter drill program. It's underway as we speak. It's the key drilling is focused on Argus North. The lion's share of that meterage would be allocated there, expanding that new discovery. But it also, I'm excited to start allocating, part of that budget to really, refine and start to target some of these targets that, prospects and targets on the Monroe Croesus property that hasn't seen any work in many, many years. So, and certainly not us in terms of drilling. So we're really looking forward to that. And it's like I said, in Yukon, we're going to do, some field mapping and prospecting and channeling as well sometime in July, but stay tuned for more details on that. With that, thank you very much for your time and your attention. And if you have any questions, please let me know.